All right, folks, we're back with another piece of tech. You know, one of the most common things that we actually help residents with that you would maybe consider an emergency would be when somebody falls down. That actually happens a little bit more often than you'd think, but as we get older, our balance might get worse, our lower body strength might start to decline. Falling just happens, and that's something that, of course, having a large staff is helpful with. But, you know, as we're looking again at size differences here, it could be difficult to safely or comfortably help a resident off the ground. So, I mean, Kelly, this is something that you guys deal with on a weekly basis. What's it like for you and your team when, you know, let's say somebody my size fell down on the ground? What would that be like for you guys if we didn't have this piece of equipment?
I think first thing that comes to my mind is hurting ourselves, our backs. You know, we want to do it as safely as we can. We don't want to manhandle them and, you know, just put in as much full force as we can.
Right, because like I'm hurting too, right? Either from the fall or just from like previous injuries or just getting older, arthritis. Yeah.
Right. So I think obviously they're going to be in pain, so you want to do it so they're not in as much pain. Just try and find like a good way to lift them up so they're not hurting, and I think this does a great job of doing that. So
yeah, because typically what we do is we either help somebody get like on their knees and try to help them get themselves up, and if that's not going to work for them, then we really do just, you know, grab a gate belt or the seat of their pants, get under their arms and just heave and hoe and a mighty throw and help them up. And back injuries are actually probably the most common injury that I hear about from our fellow caregivers, you know. So anyway, we want to show you how this works. This is a really neat device that comes out of our neighbors to the north, Old Canada. So resident is down on the ground, and we'll show you how this works. So you want me to be the resident? Do you want to be the resident?
either way.
Okay. You be the I'll be the resident.
Okay.
You can be the caregiver. So resident has fallen down on the ground. Kelly comes in and she makes sure that I'm okay. She helps me onto my back and she helps my knees get into a position like this.
Yeah, so you want to make sure their knees are up. They're on their back. Okay.
That's right. Go ahead and slide this under my knees. This is the seat part.
This way?
Yeah. Other way. Flip it around. Yep, there you go, because I'm going to sit on that. Yep, get that nice there. Then you can just follow those lovely pictures. So what's cool about this chair is it is totally, all the parts are interchangeable. So you have to slide that down to the top of the seat. And make sure that the red X is not visible.
Okay.
And then, yeah, the legs just go in, yep, with the tips pointing upwards. And you got the two other legs in as well. Oh yeah. That's great. And then the crank, you've got the crank already. Perfect. Yeah, it doesn't matter which side.
Oh, okay.
It just, you'll see there's an arrow showing you which way to crank depending on which side you're on.
Okay.
So. This is where your arm workout starts. Just around and around and around and around. Yep, just crank it.
Couldn't tell if it was moving up or not.
So what I think is really nice about this is, as the resident, yes, this is kind of slow, but on my body, this is really gentle. Like, this is a very easy lift up. I don't feel like, really the hardest part of this whole thing, aside from being patient, was just rolling over onto my side a little bit so you could get the back plate underneath. Aside from that, like, this has been really comfortable. And I think a lot of our residents, have issues with their shoulders. Shoulders, hips, and knees are like the big things that seniors start to have issues with. And so if we don't have to grapple onto that, I think that's great, Kelly. So then, Kelly's got me in this nice seated position. And let's say I'm generally pretty ambulatory, she can come and help me stand up so that I can then, thanks Kelly, and I can get my walker and I can be on my way. So this is awesome because now, again, one caregiver has been able to help a resident get up by themselves. And, generally we've got a whole team of people working on this, so it goes really quick. But I just love that, even in the middle of the night when we've got, a smaller staff here, we don't have to be calling paramedics every time somebody falls down, especially if one of those caregivers has a bad back or something like that. Like, they now are empowered to help residents immediately rather than always having to reach out to other people for help. What's your experience with this, aside from just the assembly? Well, yeah, tell us about the assembly.
Once you get the hang of it, it has all the pictures on how to assemble it, and once you get it going, you do have to kind of crank a little bit, but it is way easier than trying to just hoist them up. So
yeah, we love this. This is the first piece of assistive technology that we got, and we've used it multiple times to help people up and off the ground. So it's been fantastic. We love this chair a lot. So anyway, the Raizer Lift Chair.